there, friends. Welcome to my first ever YouTube video. It's a little nerve-wracking, so bear with me on this. But if you don't know me, my name is Rachel, and I'm a gardener in Zone 6A, Western Pennsylvania. You might know me from my Instagram, which is also our country-ish acre. I have been posting reels and stills and stories over there for about a year now. Recently, I did make some longer type talking style videos, and I realized I really enjoy making that type of content. So I figure what better way to do more of that in 2026 than to start a YouTube channel. So I do hope that if you are joining me for the first time, you'll hit the follow button. You'll check out my Instagram. I have no plans of quitting that. I just think that adding this YouTube channel will add another layer of being able to share my garden experiences, my knowledge. I'm by no means an expert, but I have learned some tips and tricks over the years, and I do want to share that all with you guys. So, with us being a few days post Christmas, looking toward the new year, I thought, but what better way to kick off this channel than by talking about my overarching goals for 2026? Um, I'm not going to share like my garden plans yet. These are just broad strokes, 4 big things that I'm hoping to accomplish next year. The first thing I'm hoping to accomplish next year is to finally fully complete our potting shed. I did talk about this in some detail on my Instagram, so I'm not going to go in complete detail here, but the gist of it is that when we moved into this house almost 4 years ago, we built our chicken coop. It's half chicken coop, half potting shed, and I never quite finished the project. I mean, it works, it does its job, it's mostly done. There's just a few like detail type things that I'm hoping to finish to just really make it look complete. And one of the big pieces of that project is to, on the interior potting shed side, I want to make it kind of like a little flower studio, if I'm being honest. I want it to look cute, and I want it to be a place that I can make cut flower arrangements and just a place that I can generally enjoy being in, and not somewhere that's very utilitarian where I am storing all my garden tools, which I will be doing that. But I also, like I said, want it to be a cute space for me to be in as well. My second goal for 2026 is to really ramp up my seed starting. And what I mean when I say that is I am planning to start like 99.9% of my plants from seed this year. The nurseries around us have just gotten insanely expensive with prices over the last couple years, which I get, they need to make a profit, but when I am looking to buy like 40 petunia plants, that adds up so much, and it is just way more cost effective for me to start everything from seed. I'm not a newbie when it comes to seed starting most things, so it's not very overwhelming for me when I say that, but I do plan to take you guys along and share how I'm starting certain seeds, whether that be vegetables, whether that be flowers, annuals, perennials, all that good stuff. I do want to share more of my process in case that would be beneficial for you to learn from. The third goal that I have for 2026 is we are finally getting a berry patch here. I should have planted it 3 years ago when I did all of my fruit trees, but I just at that time didn't know where I would want that space, and I didn't want to get things in the ground only to have to probably move them later on. So now that all of my gardens have been outlined and fleshed out, where I want them, I finally have decided where a good spot for a berry patch is, and we will be working on that in the springtime. To start off, we are doing 3 types of raspberries. I am doing a black variety, a gold variety and then a red variety. And I'm particularly excited about the black and the red because they are spineless or thornless, and I just think that that is going to be a game changer when it comes to raspberries, because I am so used to growing up when we had a berry patch. If you wanted to get berries, you had to deal with the thorns. So I'm really excited about the varieties that I've selected there. And then the last big project for 2026 is one that I am particularly excited about. It has been kind of churning around in my brain for, I'd say, the last like 6 to 9 months, that this is something I might want to do. So I was inspired by the Growing Kindness Project, which, if you don't know what that is, I highly encourage you to look it up. It was started by Deanna Kitchen, and what the premise of this Growing Kindness project is that gardeners grow bouquets and then they just share them for free with their community to kind of just restore a sense of like hope and compassion. And that message really spoke to me. And what I am planning on doing is creating a little garden cart that will sit at the end of my driveway, and I am hoping to put bouquets out there on a semi-regular basis. So whether that's weekly, bi-weekly, whatever is blooming at the time, just planning to put out there for free, and people that are driving down my road or in my community, they can see it, stop by and get a bouquet, and just kind of spread some, like I said, that hope and compassion and kindness out into the world. So I'm particularly excited about that, and I really do hope that that project lives up to what I've built it up in my head. I hope you enjoyed hearing about my 2026 garden plans. That's not to say that that is the end all be all of my plans for next year. Small projects or large projects do always pop up along the way, so I will be prepared to share those with you as they come up. But in the meantime, I would love to hear in the comment section below what topics you would be interested in hearing me talk about. Whether that's seed starting or gardening in general. I am happy to kind of share what tips and tricks I've learned along the way in my 10 plus years of gardening. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and if you are interested in seeing more of my content in videos, I hope that you subscribe and follow along both here and on Instagram. I'd love to chat and share with you my garden experience.